Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate for this hearing. Dr. Sheffi, I enjoyed your testimony. It was very common sense, not political, but really that is a conversation we need to have. I completely agree with you that we talk about a lot of irrelevant things and not really dealing with issues that are relevant and try to find at least common ground. So what I wanted to just kind of have a discussion, you mentioned a few big issues that we need to deal with. We do need to have automation, and definitely we don't want government to spend money in investment. That's the worst entity to make decisions. But what do you believe, the biggest barriers for businesses, or maybe some incentives that maybe we need to reshuffle, which I agree with you, we could make changes several times a year and sometimes retroactively. That is really bad for businesses. But, what are the other things with EPA or other regulations or some other things that believe would be, there's something that incentivize more automations or maybe barriers that we need to do. And I think the second thing you deal with really skills and shortages of proper skills, because I agree with you, we don't want to have the logistics and putting together some of these phones, which costs not that much, here, which is not really stops our dependencies in China. We want to have advanced type of manufacturing done in the country. So if you can elaborate a little bit more on that, I would appreciate that. Yes, Dr. Sheffi.
Thank you very much for your questions. Let me change the whole U.S. policy. No, you talk about something that I mentioned before, the uncertainty. The uncertainty is killing businesses. That cannot. Look, I was in a big conference of chief supply chain officers when President Trump announced the new tariff regimes. The response was, you'll be surprised, was just another day in the office. Because at that point, we thought, this is it. Okay, we can do something. We can deal with anything. But what we cannot deal is the unknown, the question that is changing. My colleague here talked about regulation. He's an expert on this. Maybe he can add, specific ideas. But look, I visited ports that's to go on another point, I visited ports in, Dubai and Singapore and Shanghai and Rotterdam. And if you want to get depressed, do the same tour that I did and visited the port of LA or any other port in the United States. You'll just get depressed. I teach in schools all over the world. MIT has good students, Stanford, good students. Elite universities have, by and large, good students, even though, let me be the first to say, the level of teaching is going down because the students who are coming are not that well prepared. And for a whole lot of ideological reasons. So the administration, let me go a step back. Again, can't avoid politics here. The administration, I understand why all the tariffs are happening. It is true that the imbalance with China is unsustainable, that China is eating our lunch, and not in a fair way.
Right, but what I just wanted to understand, and there is a lot of negotiation, a lot of things are going to happen, and everyone understands we need to have predictable framework, and we're working on that. But we also, for businesses to be attracted, we have some weaknesses. We have some weaknesses in education, on skills preparedness, and there is some things, or a regulatory environment where really it's so much and so long to take it, so every company is going to look. We say, yeah, we want to bring job home, but the businesses, it's not cost effective, it's too time consuming, and we don't have skilled labor. What do you think we should prioritize, maybe looking at some, as you said, maybe preparedness, more with technical skills, maybe we should start doing more in K-12 and post-secondary education, and maybe we'd have too many perverse incentives to everyone go to college with worthless diploma that the people cannot get jobs. I mean, what do you think, and you kind of point out, I taught a little bit at college myself, and I've seen that decline of kids' inability to learn, and in this fast-paced environment is even more important because it's changing a lot. What do you think we should really start prioritizing that will look at the relevant things that we can control?
Very quickly, the things that they control. I don't know if it's a federal issue or state, allow parents to choose schools. This will increase significantly the use of Catholic school. I'm Jew. I know so many of my Jewish friends, I send the kids to Catholic school just because they're better. I mean, it's nothing to do with religion. Or to magnet schools and all of this. We have somehow to release the hold that the union has on schools. We have to, President Trump already started changing the university. Now, everything that he's doing has the right intention, that's the way it's being done, is not ideal. We cannot lose Harvard. I'm from MIT, and I said, Harvard has some part, but each university is not a monolithic structure. There are pockets that are outstanding and help U.S. competitiveness and help you. In MIT, we do a lot of defense work. There are pockets that should be spun off. That's the best way that I can. So just understanding the structure of something that you are dealing with.
Very much.